Why hello everybody, ThirstyThursten here, and today I am going to try and do a quick walkthrough of how to add inventory actions to Hyper's systems per request by Yankski. I hope I'm pronouncing that alright. Our Belgian friend, all the way to the south from the Netherlands. Let's walk on through this. So I'm just going to walk through what I added and how you could adapt this. So feel free to pause the video to see how the blueprints look. I'm just going to walk through it and show what I did. Alright, so first of all, we start with the enum inventory actions. This can be found in the core folder of MST or whatever you have, the core folder of the Hyper folder, and then inventory data model enumerations. There is a one called inventory actions. You will add a new enumerator and call it read, or I don't know, whatever you want to call it, put it there. Then save it and hopefully everything will be okay. Something might break in the backend, but that's fine. You might also want to install the refresh all nodes plugin that's free, available on GitHub. You can find it also somewhere in Hyper's Discord. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the UI folder all the way in the bottom. There is a UI folder. In there we have widgets. I need to make sure that my face is not in front of it. Let's put this a little bit so like I don't have to lean all the way over. Then we go to specific inventory and then sub-widgets, MISC elements. And here we have the UI rectangle drop down. This is a button. And in this button, we need to make sure that we change a few things or add a few things, I should say. I don't know where you start when you open this, but let's just start at the event graph. Now here you can see, let's see, yeah, so we have in the bottom here the onConstruct visual and set bindings. There is a switch enum inventory actions. Here we have the read in the bottom that should be empty. You want to connect that to set text. Right? Okay, that's it. That's it for this part. Then there is a graph here on the left, if it's not somewhere in the top already, which says on-click logic. We're going to double click it to open it, and here is a lot. What we're going to do then is we're going to zoom in a little bit on this first part. There is an on-click check selected interaction type, blah, blah, blah. Here you have inventory drop down, and there's inventory action. We're going to open that. Nope, that's not true. First going to do something else, excuse me. On the top here, there are three collapsed graphs. There is optional logic. In here, we're going to double click and we're going to add, scroll wheel is freaking up. We're going to add this. So basically what I did is I just copy and pasted one of these. I think the open might have been here, not sure. Otherwise you can go to, what is the other graph called? Is it, there is one with the I think I just copied this, basically, the process consume, and then copy that into the optional logic, and then just create a new custom event and call that process read, and then have it according like this. This one we will add later, so this might actually not be the smartest route. Yeah. Maybe it's smarter to do that first. I'm sorry, I haven't thought this video through as usual. In the inventory abstract, which you can also find in the Hyper core folder. God, my scroll wheel is annoying. In the Hyper core inventory folder in blueprints, there's the inventory abstract. Basically, what I did is I once again checked, I think the consume one here, event consume item, and I basically just copy and pasted these with all these same inputs and just and also their replication settings, and called them event read item and event owning client read item. These have to be added to the AC inventory abstract, compile and save, and then we can continue to our button. Since we are going to set up the logic later, we can just add this right now. So if we have all the inputs correctly set, we can add this code now, the process read, which will then just do what it does. That's part one, the optional logic. Remember, that's in the optional logic. Then we go back to the unclicked logic. And here now, because we have added the process read here. Can go back to the unclicked logic, and in the inventory action here that I talked about earlier, that is over here, unclick, check, blah, blah, blah. Double click that graph, and in the bottom you will see read, which will be empty on your side. And you're basically just gonna drag out an execution pin and type in process read, and then make sure that this one is selected. Now I believe that this is all there is to adding it to the UI button. However, I might have missed something, because I mean, there is like links everywhere, so I might have forgotten something in this part. If I did, make sure to just let me know and we can look into it. But I think that should be it for here. Now in the inventory advanced, you can add anything you want to the code. So over here in the events inventory actions, so we have the events here, there's like three collapsed graphs again, and then in the inventory actions, I basically just copied the thing of consume item and remade it. So here is the event. The event that we created in the abstract class is this one. We will add a new function called read item. It will be here then. And you can just either drag it in, also make sure it has the same inputs as your event. And in the function here, you need to make sure you cast to the advanced one, otherwise it will, I guess, link to the abstract class and it will not work. And casting here, I think, doesn't matter because the advanced AC inventory advanced is always loaded. Now inside the read item thing, you can do whatever you want. I basically made this, where it checks. I also have the level manager, so if you don't have that, this part will probably not work for you. But what I basically did is I created books in the DT items. I also expanded on the learn recipe part, where it will now take an array to learn items instead of one item. So when you read a book or a magazine or whatever, you can learn multiple recipes instead of just the one. So in this case, it checks if you have the required levels, because I want to be able to lock certain books behind a level. For example, construction. If you want to learn the more delicate woodworking pieces, you need to at least have level 3 or something in construction. Otherwise, you're not smart enough to understand the book or whatever. I don't know. It sounded fun when I did it. Then I basically get the inventory item info. This is all optional, by the way. This part you can just do whatever the heck you want. But basically what I do here is I read the is a recipe to learn. And then if that's true, I go back to the event learn recipe from the crafting component. And furthermore, it is mostly adding XP. So I have some skill books that will just add XP if you read them, like a cooking book that doesn't add recipes, but it just gives you knowledge about cooking or whatever. It will just give you XP. What I do here is I animate my time forward. That is done through advancing the time in UDS, Ultra Dynamic Sky. It selects a random number between 1.5 and 3.5 hours that it goes further, because, you know, reading takes time. And then it adds XP to your character, and it will remove the item that you were reading, because, you know, it just doesn't stay in my case. So that's basically what I did for the read item. Of course, you can add anything you want in here. You can also just refer back to the is a recipe to learn, and then like use a recipe, I guess. That's what I did here. This part, like right here, is basically learning a recipe. And here you can see which item to learn for me as an array, because I changed it in the struct, and then I have added in for each loop in the learn recipe, so that you can learn multiple recipes. So yeah, that's basically it, actually, to add a new inventory action. And this same approach could go for anything. I've also created an open item and a use item in the same way. Open item for me is, for example, it will have a letter For example, in this case, it will be a paycheck that you get in a mailbox every season change. And depending on your level, it will add, it will multiply the amount of coins that you get with 100. So if you have like, I don't know, character level 3, it will times 300 and you will get 300 coins or something. I don't know. And it will also show how many you get in a widget that is the paycheck ladder that I sort of made. And then it will add the coins to your inventory. And it will, of course, once again delete the paycheck envelope thingy from your inventory. So that's kind of what the opportunities are here. They are endless, depending on your own wishes. Yeah, I guess that's it for this quick video. I hope it helped you. If it didn't, I'm sorry. If you want to see something more or see like the graphs or whatever more in detail, just let me know, because I know I'm going through it quickly because for me it makes sense. If you need more, just let me know in the comments or message me on Discord, and yeah, I can help you out. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you know the drill. And thanks so much. Bye. Have a beautiful day.